Hello, welcome to the perspective. I am Hari Kumar. The rally of Muslim Youth League, the youth wing of Indian Union Muslim League, held a couple of days ago at Kanyangad in northernmost Kerala, which raised provocative slogans, has raised the doubts about the secular credentials of Indian Union Muslim League. The Indian Union Muslim League is generally believed to be a very secular organization, and that has been praised by none less than the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. Generally, politicians across the spectrum, media, and political observers consider League as a secular party despite its association with All India Muslim League, which caused the division of India, and the name itself resonates with some sort of sectarianism. So, this is an occasion which raises questions. Let us analyze it. So, let us walk down the memory lane to the days of formation of India in 1947. So, at that time, the All India Muslim League, which resulted in the division of the country, ceased to exist. And for an year, Muslim League was defunct. In 1948, at a meeting at Rajaji Hall in Chennai, the Muslim League was revived, mostly by political leaders from Kerala or the Muslim community leaders from Kerala. And the most important thing to remember is that from that time onwards, the League tried to popularize the pretext that League in South India or the new League is different from the old League. All India or the Indian Union Muslim League, the newly formed party, is totally different from the All India Muslim League, which caused the partition. But this is actually not completely true, because in 1948 the president of Malabar League, Sattar Seth, who is a Malayali, he migrated to Pakistan. So the same way that Pakistan is better for Indian Muslims rather than staying back in India, that theory was practiced by the Malabar Muslim League, Malabar District Muslim League President Sattar Seth. He later became Pakistan ambassador to Egypt, and he was one of the noted figures in Pakistan politics. In 1952, the League contested the elections, and they didn't have any ally. Even when they contested the elections, this has to be underscored, they won the Malappuram seat. Pokar Sahib, the candidate of League, won from Malappuram to Lok Sabha. And the League also won 5 members to the Madras Assembly. And Malabar was then part of Madras Presidency and Madras State. Because what I am trying to underscore is that League was considered not a secular party at that point of time. Even the renewed League, rejuvenated League, the new League, was not accepted as a secular party by the mainstream political parties of Kerala even at that point of time. In the 1957 elections, by that time the Kerala unit of League was formed in 1956. In the 1957 polls, the League had to contest independently, and it was not allied by either Congress or the CPM. There was some sort of understanding with the PSP according to certain sources, but no party wanted to align with the Muslim League, at least in public, at least directly. During the 1958 Vimojana Samaram or liberation struggle against the EMS ministry, the League initially sided with the Marxist Party. But later on, when they found that the liberation struggle is going to have great impact in the society and the future of EMS ministry was not safe, the league realized the opportunity and it extended support to the Congress led Vimojana Samaram. So for that was for just 1 month. So for 1 month, in the final stages, League sided with the liberation struggle, and but that helped League to gain some respectability. But still, League failed to remove the stigma of communalism attached to it. What I am saying is that the League formed in 1948, even in 1958 or 1960, it couldn't become a secular party despite its intelligent efforts to ally with the mainstream parties. In 1960 elections, there was some sort of understanding for the League with the Congress, but still, League couldn't find a slot in the cabinet formed by Patan Thanuvallai. The League had to satisfy with the post of Speaker because the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, was totally against Muslim League, and he said he named or he called the League as a dead duck. I mean, this time I want to remind you that it is not dead horse as some people say, it is dead duck. So League had to satisfy with the speaker post despite aligning, despite contributing to the victory of the Congress in the 1960. And in 1965, when there was general elections to Kerala Assembly, again no political party was willing to ally with the League. The League was not admitted in any political front. It was in 1967, almost 20 years after it was formed, that League could find its place in a mainstream political coalition. At that time, EMS admitted League in the left front, and even then, even while justifying the inclusion of League in the left front, what EMS Namboodiripad said was majority communalism is more dangerous than minority communalism. So, in a way, EMS was hinting that League is also a communist party. League is also a communalist party, but minority communalism is less dangerous than majority communalism. So that became a pretext for League. For the first time, League was included in a political coalition. League got 2 berths in the ministry and it got the very important education ministry. So League became that stigma of communalism attached to it was removed to a certain extent. So then onwards, League could find place in any one of the political coalitions in Kerala. So that was a turning point in the history of League in 1967. Meanwhile, the League had secured certain benefits from the first EMS ministry as well as the second EMS ministry. The first EMS ministry removed the act brought by the British government which prevented Muslims from carrying arms. The Muslim War Knives Act, it was termed like that. And again, League also, it was the first EMS ministry that ensured special reservation or separate reservation for Muslims in the OBC category. So League gained certain things. In the second EMS ministry actually gave Muslim League, yielded to the demand of Muslim League for a separate district called Malappuram. So League attained an amount of respectability in Kerala politics. And again by 1975, when League was part of the Congress-led ministry, Again, there were problems between Muslim League and the communist parties. By the 1980s, EMS Nambudripad strongly opposed the system of triple talaq, and certain aspects of Shariat EMS criticized. For the Communist Party, the CPIM Politburo also criticized. At that time, League raised very provocative slogans in their rallies and marches. There was a notorious slogan like Onnum Kettum Rendum Kettum, EMS in Olayum Kettum. This can be translated as we will marry one and twice, and we will even marry the girl of EMS. So such provocative slogans they used to raise. In the history of League in Kerala, they used to raise their rallies or meetings used to raise such provocative slogans. So this is not the first time. The recent Kanyangad rally, which was held in protest against the Manipur happenings, is not a one-off event. This is not the first time that League cadres raised provocative slogans. They did so in many times in the past. And in 2011, in the same place, Kanyangad, there was a political meeting of the Muslim League, which resulted in clash with CPIM cadres. It began as a clash between cadres of CPIM and Muslim League, and then it assumed communal colors. And 4 places of worship, 50 houses, and several shops were damaged or destroyed in that violence. So this was something usual in many meetings of Muslim League in Kasaragod. Provocative slogans used to be raised in the past also. There were many communal clashes in Kerala involving Muslim League. The 1971 clash between CPIM cadres and Muslim League workers turned into a communal clash later. The clashes in Nadapuram in Kozhikode between Muslim League workers as well and CPIM or left workers assume communal color at times. So I am not saying that the constitution of the Muslim League party has specific mentions of communalism or the leadership as a whole is communal. But what I am saying is that League has got communal elements, and at many units of the League, in several districts units of the League, sometimes bared their fangs and showed communal colors. So this is not the first time. You cannot term League Indian Union Muslim League a totally secular party. Maybe they might have showed secular credentials at times, but to give it respectability as a mainstream secular party is against the records, is against what it has done. Mainstream political parties in Kerala are forced to give respectability to League because of their exigencies, because they realize that League has got very strong vote base, and that is why that is how League became a secular party in Kerala. That is for now. Meet you with another topic next time. Till then, goodbye and namaskar.